And it's very heartening to see everybody else here. I think being visible is one of the most important things we can do is stand up.
Local activist. Many of you may know him. He has worked very hard throughout the many years to make a lot of change here in the Hampton Roads community and beyond. I would like to ask for Tom Palumbo to please come forward. Thank you, Tom.
This is my uniform. And actually, I was going to say something about wearing a t-shirt and such and being visible. I'm really grateful to be here. And it's very heartening to see everybody else here. I think being visible is one of the most important things we can do is stand up, be heard. And it really troubles me that Thelma Drake is not here tonight. As you know, it's hard to see her. I've tried to see her and didn't get past the door. You know, George Orwell said, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. We're here. I think that's why we're all here today, is because we're about the truth. We're about community. And I think whether you be from Norfolk, Virginia Beach, the Peninsula, Eastern Shore, all of that is Thelma Drake's community. All of that encompasses part of the 2nd District. But there's also a bigger sense of community. And that's one of the things that keeps me doing what I'm doing. Because I love this community, I love this country, and I love the people in it. And I also have that same affection and feeling towards the world. I believe we're a global community. And until we start looking at that and realizing what the ramifications of our actions are, it's pretty obvious we're on a collision course. And to talk about community, last night, I was over in Thelma Drake's community. And I thought it was important to be over there. And with a sign that says, "Stand with Virginia and this war." And to be in her community, it reminded me of a community I visited 3 times last year. And that community was East New Orleans. That was set up on the water, and it's these mansions that are set up and laid out all there. And now East New Orleans, today, 2 years later, stands essentially a toxic waste. Just a fractured shell of what it used to be. And we're just talking about one community. If we consider Katrina was 90,000 square miles. So what happens on Ocean View if it happens to Thelma Drake? Thelma, we're all part of the community. When a bridge collapses in Minnesota, I believe everybody in this community feels the same thing, because you know what? There are scores of bridges all around here, and we travel them, and when our brothers and sisters perish because the infrastructure is left to fall apart, we as a community feel that. Thelma, why don't you hear this? You know, we as a community, we in this room who don't have health care, when facing illness, injury, are left to suffer, we as a community feel that. Thelma, why aren't you here telling us why we're spending this astronomical sum on the war, yet we can't afford medicine, we can't afford health care, we can't afford, a place for people to go. We as a community, this morning, we fed over 100 people that were hungry and homeless with no place to go. That's part of our community. Thelma, why weren't you out there on the line helping us serve grits and oatmeal?
Yes.
We as a community, we are a military community. And when we see the VA falling into disrepair, when we see a VA building forgotten and the vets neglected, we as a community especially feel that. Thelma, where are you? Why aren't you hearing what we have to say? We as a community facing foreclosures, the economic system, is very perilous, and some million people have lost their homes and more. That's expected to happen. We as a community sense that, feel that, want to answer that. But where is our representative? Why isn't she standing up? And it struck me. It takes a little bit of courage to take a stand, but that's what it's going to take for some change. And so, Thelma, Representative Drake, stand with Virginia, end this war now, bring them home, and take care of them when they get here. Thank you.